Hey everyone, this is May from House of Dems, and today I'm sharing with you a simple but beautiful craft that we can do for our friends. So let's start. Well, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to find a chapter or our favorite verses in the Bible, because from there it is where we're gonna make our own craft. So what I'm doing here is that I'm looking for one of my favorite chapter in the Bible, which is Psalms 23. And as you can see, what I'm going to do with this page is that I have photocopied them, and this page on my Bible, it is 4 by 6 inches, and here I'm going to show you. I put it on my printer and I photocopied it in black. And what we're going to do with this is that we're going to be cutting this page, and we are going to be gluing them to a white cardstock, or any cardstock that is like sturdy or thick enough to be a sturdy backing for this sheet. And so here you go. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna be speeding up the camera so that you don't have to waste your time looking at me doing this in slow-mo or something. So anyway, this is what we're gonna do, and the actual measurement of the sheet itself is 4 by 6 inches. And as you can see, I cut my cardstock first, and I'm going to be gluing them on the sheet. You can have a different color if you like, and it doesn't matter. The important thing is that you need to have a sturdy backing, because you are gonna be hanging this on the wall. And so here I am, I'm putting a lot of double adhesive tape. I find that doing this is much more easier to me. Of course, you can just glue them, apply glue on it, and of course you can use this there's a lot of glues like Uhu or tacky glue, which is my favorite. And I particularly put a lot of them on the sides, so that when I peel off the double adhesive tape, I'm pretty much secure, even on the sides of the sheets. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just trying to peel off the backing, and then here it goes. So now we're gonna be pasting them, and I'm just gonna cut off the rest of those excess sides of this paper, and this measures 4 by 6 inches. Right, having a trimmer is really very important, because it makes your work more faster and easier. So there you have it. We have these ready already, and the next thing that we need to do here is just we need to round off the corners of this sheet. And how we do that is that we use the corner round puncher, a very helpful tool when you do crafting. And for most notebooks that I DIY, I always round the corners, because it actually rounding it actually makes it sturdier, and it protects the edges, because when it's sharp it gets distressed in the course of time. So for new crafter, you can buy a corner round puncher. They have the small ones from Your Memory as well. You can go find them at the Creative Crafts. Here you go. So we've rounded all the 4 corners, and the next thing that we need to do here is that we need to put a paint edging on the sides. This is my favorite. It looks like a little mini flat iron or a snow skate, and I'm gonna be applying this, rubbing it on the edges of my paper. And by doing this, it'll make the paper have that vintage feel to it, and it's like an old page of a book, sort of. At least that's what we're trying to recreate. And this is quite enjoyable, and I find that the brownish color is most ideal for creating something like this. Yeah, well, sorry about Bentley. He is at the other room. Okay, so you just dab it on the edges. If you don't have this, you can always use color, or the best is a tea. You know, the tea bag. You wet it, and then the wet portion. You know how the tea, they stain your teeth, so it'll do the same for this sheet. You can use a wet tea bag and damp it on the edges. That's gonna do it for you. So no problem if you don't have this fancy sponge edger or something. Anyway, you can buy this at the Creative Craft as well, because I mostly buy all my stuff mostly from there, because the prices is very competitive for me. And there you go. These edges look like they burned. So like that. So let's put this away. By the way, that costs around like 12 dirhams. So here you go. Here's our pages. A little bit distressed, but we're not yet done because we still need to do something with the edges. So we are going to be distressing the edges of these sheet. What I meant is that we're going to make it look like it's dilapidated. So I'm just going to use my distressing tool. We're going to distress the edges of these to give that special effect that is a little bit, you know, like fraying on the sides for that drama. So here's my distressing tool. I'm just gonna rub them on the sides of my sheet, and it is gonna make all these rugged edges. I didn't know that there is such a thing as a distressing tool, but because I was looking at a lot of the YouTube tutorials, I realized there's something like this. Well, actually, I got this from Manisha from Creative Craft. So there you go. It's having this distressed edge now. Right. So here is our page so far, and the next thing that we need to do is that we are going to get that bird sticker. This is this little magazine. I bought this from Al-Kabail. It's in the children's section, educational magazines and books. They have it there. So I have also used this sticker magazine in one of my notebook cover page. And these birds, they are stickers, but some of the pages they needed to be fuzzy cut. But these on this page, they're already stickered that you can just peel off. Alright, so let's choose the bird that we want to put. This one looks good. It has that red accent on the head. So I think I'm going to use this one. Yeah, this sticker, and it's gonna work perfectly with my sheet. So there you go. So we need to peel this off, and there are other designs there that I will be using later on. Okay, but before we do all these, we first need to, the other background, the other item I forgot is the twig. We needed to make a twig for the bird to perch on, and we are gonna be punching out a on the side, so we want to put it on the sides over there. So right over on the side, because we don't want to cover Psalms 23 over there. So we're gonna be putting it on the bottom right section of the paper. So at least you can still read the whole Psalms. Okay, so again, I got this puncher, and I cut a piece of a page from an old magazine, the black page, and then I'm just gonna punch, and this is my twig or a bark, or that's really cute. Okay, so this I am gonna put a paste at the back, and I'm gonna put it over here somewhere there, and the bird is also going to be there. This is gonna be the background. It's gonna be pasted first, then the bird. That's why the bird that I showed you earlier. Okay, so I'm going to be putting a glue, my favorite tacky glue there, and you have to be careful. You have to really put glues on each of these ends of these bird. Otherwise, it's just gonna give, you know. So there you go. That's perfect. And now we have to get our bird. I like this bird because it's brown, has that yellow color, and it has this red accent on its head. So I'm just gonna cut a little portion of that because it's a bit unmanageable to hold the whole paper. And I'm gonna just peel this off. I wonder what kind of bird this is. I haven't read or what the name of this bird, but it is going to sit perfectly right on that little branch over there. Okay, let us just cut a little bit of these from here because there's a big portion of paper. It might cover some text, and then we're ready to put it. Now where shall we put it? Let's zoom in. Okay, you are gonna be somewhere right over here. Would be a good location. There you go. Nice and easy breezy. There you go. Beautiful bird. Ain't that nice? It's so simple. Of course, you can also use other figures, like maybe a flower. If you can find a flower sticker, that's okay, or a butterfly is also okay. So you can choose anything decorative, but it has to go with the text. So this is really cute. I'm just adding a little bit more to the side because I felt like it needed more twig on the side. So there you go. So that is my twig. It's beautiful. It's coming together really good. There you go. Look at that. I wonder what bird this is. Do you know? Okay. So there it is. Well, now the next thing that we have to do before we progress on to do something else on the sheet is we needed to put punch a hole for the hanging it, because that's where we're gonna put our twine. Right, so you can put a grommet on these holes or some other decorative border, round border, but for now we can just leave it as is. And because now we're gonna put the jute. You know, having this jute twine, so I'm gonna cut 10 inches length of this jute twine. And if you can see, I really love using the jute twine for my crafts because it just feels so organic, and it's just so, I don't know, it's just so friendly. It's a friendly jute twine. And another good thing to remember is that it's not an expensive material, so I really do stock up on them whenever I go to discount shops. And so here we go, we're gonna tie them quite nicely. Okay. Oh wow, we're coming together. There you go. Now we have a hanging jute. Now it's ready to put on the wall, but wait, we're not yet done. We'll be adding some more embellishment. And so here I have a strip of fabric from my stash, so I'll just make a ribbon. Okay, you can make another color if you like, but I just particularly like this one. It has a bit of that transparency into it, and it's a little bit frayed on the edges of these, so there are some loose threads hanging out on this strip of fabric, but I like it because it goes along with the distressed vintage look of my sheet. Then we are going to be gluing this by using our hot glue at the back. So even if there's lots of loose threads, that's just okay. I think it adds to the charm of it. All right. How many times have you burned your finger with using these glue guns? I have been burned many times, but nonetheless, I quite enjoy using this tool. It's very important for crafters. All right, there you go. Nice and tucked, beautiful bow. But we're not yet done. We are still going to be adding something to it. But it's coming well as it is right now. Okay, there's something missing. So we are going to be using a die cut pattern. So I bought this recently from Pink and Main. These are bows that I'm going to be punching out with my small little die cut machine. This has two styles, and I'm going to be using this one. Yes, this one. It's a medium bow, and I'm going to be... It has a really nice color. I like this color. It's aluminum. Okay, let's now get our die cut machine. There you go. It's pink, and I just bought this recently. I have another one, the big one, but for just smaller dies, I needed a smaller machine for easier handling. And again, you know me, I love to recycle old magazine pages, and it's very, very helpful. You don't have to buy, and they're textured as well. I mean, graphically textured. All right, so here we are. Let's get our plates, and we are gonna put this sheet of scrap paper and our die, our ribbon die. I don't know why they call this die. Okay, so we are gonna put our paper first, and then this little bow die, and we are gonna be sandwiching them with another plate, because we call these transparent plasticky thin plates. So then we're gonna feed them to this little machine. You know, this die cut machine just looks to me like a giant puncher. It just punches out shape. That's the essential activity that this little tool does. So there is our little bow tie, and it has this stitched edging on the side. It's so cute. All right, so we need to put this aside, clear this a bit, and then let's get our sheet, and we are gonna be putting this on top of that white transparent fabric. Okay, now what color should we put it in? This or that color? I think this. Yeah, so let's glue them. That maroonish color, and it goes with the color of the bird. There you go. So I added a bit of an accent there on the top. Okay, so what do you think? It's a little bow. Okay, but we're not yet done. We are still gonna put a little something special, which is a flat back pearl. There you go. And we're gonna put it on top of that maroonish red ribbon. Though this glue gun is very helpful. I mean, every beginner crafter, or even if you're not a crafter at all, it comes handy in the house. And you can buy a lot of them. I think this one I bought it for 10 dirhams. Alright, here is our flat back pearl. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. There you go. Well, we're almost done. There it is. Psalms 23. Mini scripture hanging wall art. So you can use this. Oh wait, yeah. This wall art to give to your friends. And now our final touch. We are gonna be putting a red berry. Well, at least that would represent like a red berry. So what I'm holding is an enamel paint. It gives that bit of a dimension. It's not flat when you put it near. It'll have a surface to it, so it's three-dimensional. So these red dots represents some kind of a berries, little berries. All right, and using this enamel little dots, you'll have to set it for like overnight, because you need to get it hardened. But it's very cute. It's three-dimensional. You can also use as red sequins if you don't have that. And there you go. This is our mini scripture wall art, hanging wall art, so you can give this to your friends. It's very easy, isn't it? It's quite easy. Hope you like it, and thank you for watching. Make some of these with your friends in December. It's simple, but it's very beautiful. There you go, Psalms 23. There you go. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. Please subscribe. This is May, House of Dems. Bye.